My name is Margaret. I'm in the group with Valine and Marie. Our topic is on school shooting. Parents take their children to school to achieve an education. They feel that the school environment is a safe place for their children. However, issues arises that cause various behavior such as bullying, slapping, and hitting. This can cause emotional as well as physical harm. Other forms of violence in school also involved weapons such as guns and knives, and this has led to serious injury or even death to students as well as staff. According to the CDC School Associated Violent Death Study, between 1% and 2% of all homicides among school-aged children happen on school grounds or on the way to and from school or during a school-sponsored event. This increase of school shooting has become a major concern nationwide and has resulted in a need for strategies in dealing with school shooting.
Bullying is one of the primary factors of school shootings in America. Bullying victims are twice as likely to bring a weapon to school. A new study finds that 200,000 teens who have been bullied bring a gun or other weapons every month. Victims of bullying students cannot take it bullying any longer, and they react back by gunning down their oppressor and accidentally hurting bystanders. Mental illness is a bigger threat to kids than physical illness. Mental health played great factors in gun violence among students. In the U.S. history, mental illnesses affect 1 in every 4 children between the ages of 3 and 17 years old. According to a new report, at least 34 school shootings and school-related acts of violence have been committed by those taking or withdrawing from psychiatric drugs, resulting in 167 wounded and 78 killed. Students suffered from depression, mood disorders, anxiety disorders, psychotic disorders, substance abuse, personality disorder, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The average American fourth grade boy spends 9.5 hours each week playing video and computer games. Today's teens spend more than 7.5 hours a day consuming media, be it watching TV, listening to music, and surfing the web. Television, movies, and video games play a huge influence in their lives, and they have the impression that violence and death are the norm. In video games, kids play an imaginary role as killers, murderers, assassins, superhumans, and forces of evil and combat others in battles. These kids have a tendency to carry out those roles into reality and into actual school situations. Guns can be purchased anywhere, online, pawn shops, and even on a street corner. There are 270 million guns owned by American citizens, and only 3.1 million are registered as of March 2012 with the Bureau of Firearms. Many students come from homes where violence is the norm. When faced with resentment and aggravation in school, these children might respond in a way they are familiar, which is with force and aggression. Taking a violent stand is what they have been taught, and the only way they know how to react to situations where they have little or no control over.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marie Mompoint. The topic of our presentation is about school shooting, but as a nurse activist, I'm going to talk about prevention and safety. As we all know, school is a place where kids learn and grow, but not a place where they should be afraid for their lives. It's a human nature to think when something happens that it will not happen here or it will not happen to me. But violence can happen everywhere. 387 school shootings since 1992 to present happened throughout the country. These tragic events are reminders of how quickly gun violence can shatter the lives of our kids. And that's why we gather here today to encourage everyone to make an effort to join a community outreach to better protect our kids. I know that we don't choose these tragedies, but we can choose a response. We can choose to respond many ways. In the prevention school shooting outreach, we're going to cover 3 effective ways, if applied appropriately, can bring results to our problems. The first thing we're going to cover is teaching our kids. We're going to teach our kids to report suspicious activity. If they see someone in the school ground that they're not familiar to, or if they see anything suspicious happen in the school ground, we need to teach them to report to adults so adults can report to local law enforcement. Other things we can do, we can use our national hotline. It allows students to anonymously report weapons-related threats in the school or the community in general. Last but least, it's about parents. Parents, we have a responsibility to protect our kids. Therefore, keep guns in a safe place. Keep guns unavailable to teenagers is one of the major ways we can protect them. It's critical to restrict guns because most often when they're interviewing the shooters, they always say that gun was not hard to find. Gun was available to them. Therefore, our responsibility as parents is to keep gun off the street of the kids' arm.